We're very happy to have the Commissioner here today for discussing with us the challenges that he will be facing, but also the positive prospects he has on the long term that he has available to tackle the challenges here. And I think the challenges for me are the fact that there are, on the one hand, very high expectations on this Commission for science and innovation to take us out of the crisis and also to address the societal challenges like aging, pollution, security that we have here. The current situation also makes it even worse with the continued and tightened fiscal consolidation pressures, where initially public R&D budgets kept pace pretty well here. We now see more recently that there is really much more trend towards freezing and cutting public R&D budgets at member states level, even at EU level here. And also not only cutting in budgets, but also redirecting the attention more to shorter term, more targeted spending, focusing more on immediate returns and impacts, which of course goes within a shrinking budget to the detriment of the more longer term, basic, more risky research. And that's exactly where the most scope is for public support in view of market failures here.
I know that a lot of you around this table know it. It's almost a truism. But the fact is that we really have to create in Europe a broader view for innovation. And when I say that is because you can feel that a lot of people in Europe, in the common sense, they look at innovation just as really pure technological. And I think that one of the big steps for us in Europe is actually to grasp the idea, to get to the people and tell them that innovation is much more than that. I normally say that innovation is about changing the world without fear of failure. So what we have in Europe is actually an amazing opportunity because this diversity is our daily job. I mean, diversity in Europe is what we have. I mean, in a college meeting, people speak in different languages. They have different approaches. They are different. We are 28 countries and 23 languages. But so, for me, diversity is actually a huge source of creativity and innovation. And if that's true, I think we are well positioned for the future if we do the right reforms. And I'm not denying or I'm not saying that the reforms, and I'll go to that in a little bit, but they are crucial.
The big difference with the US is the European attitude remains a problem. There is very little incentive and mentality of risk-taking. There is a tremendous fear of failure. We don't understand yet that failure is part of the process, and failing helps us to recover and go into new things and exciting things. And I didn't realize this fully. There's still negative perception that is associated with entrepreneurship. It's money, it's capital, it's business. We don't want to hear about this. It's dirty. This is one thing that's still up to today. I still feel it and see it, and our university has been a relatively good one, but still it's still everywhere in the society.
I know many colleagues, I know many companies that don't start a European project, not because they are not good enough, but they really hate the administration and so on and so forth. You even have companies, and in that sense it's of course a success. It's a new business. You have companies that help you in writing proposals and in monitoring and administration. So that's a kind of paradox, of course, that we create this type of new business in order to help us out from the complexity that is really overwhelming.
Our business model is changing. We are externalizing more than consolidating. So as we are externalizing a lot of research, we are working a lot with other sectors and other bodies, and therefore that's an opportunity. How to exploit it, I come back to that in a second. The second great opportunity is the complexity of the health challenge itself. It could maybe seem a bit controversial, but actually the fact that we are going into more complex areas of research offers many more opportunities to be creative. And you've said yourself, creativity comes from diversity and challenge, and we think that the challenge that is in front of us actually can be transformed into a lot of opportunities.
Our main concern is that by 2020 Europe will have 800,000 unfilled IT jobs. We can spend a lot of money in R&D, but where the people that take the R&D spending or the results on study computer science, mathematics, but also get the right business skills. When people are very young children, they are creative. They want to become little entrepreneurs. If you see how this attitude is shrinking,